What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Hope all is well. Love and light. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's your guy, J Day. Give you guys a minute to come on in. Just want to give you guys some updates. Not really any updates, just some info. Should give you guys a few minutes to jump on in live. Yeah. I hope all is well with everybody. So yeah, guys. I'm going to be Mongolian. What's going on? What's going on, bro? I see you. You was watching the community section. This is why I came on the live because I want to inform everybody. They gotta stay. Um, just be active with checking out what I post in the community section. Just in case you guys might miss something. All right. And this is why I'm making the live because I'm gonna be posting a lot of, a lot of I'm in a search for reasonable land. So for the last couple of days, man, I've been finding reasonable prices that I didn't think still existed in Puerto Plata. And if you go in the community section, you'll see what I'm talking about. Good stuff, reasonable sales. Yeah, man. Yeah, and like I said, prices like that, they come far in between. And I'm just gonna say that house that I had posted in the community section for 7,000. One of my viewers done already scooped it up, so it ain't even for sale anymore. And that was, yo, I'm gonna be honest. If I had the money right now, if I had the money to buy that, I would have I would have bought that because it's right in San Marcos. It's a great location. Yeah. So one of my viewers once they seen it, they inboxed me right away. It's like, yo, so they're gonna be working on the paperwork this coming Monday. Be sure to hit the like, guys. Be sure to hit the like. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I want to let you guys know. As y'all do know, for the ones that don't know, I'm gonna be down near the first week of April. Um, I'm not sure. I'm trying to stay a month, but we'll see how that works out. And what I'll be doing while I'm down there, I'm gonna give you guys an updated. I'm gonna give you guys pretty much an updated list of how much material costs and stuff like that because I think it's far overdue. I think the last video that I did, it was back when I got pretty much when I got started. So I think you guys need to know this, especially for those of you guys who are in the building phase or looking to build. Y'all should know how much of things are going to cost you. And I always advise that before you even start doing your building, guys, you need to be doing your homework, finding out even down to the damn nail. How much nails cost, how much per block cost, how much every bag of cement costs. And this is homework that you should be doing on your own. Now, I know a lot of us, when we get down there, we're on a time schedule. A lot of us be on, by the time we get off the clock, I say it time and time again. I mean, by the time we get off the plane, I always say it time and time again. The clock starts, so our time is limited. So I always say, before you get down there, make sure you have a list of all the things that you need prices on in terms of materials so that once you start, especially if you're a person that's looking to hire somebody and you buy your own materials, it's better you go to the Fetateria by yourself and get the prices before you bring in a contractor because what ends up happening, and I'm only telling you guys this from experience, okay? Um, are you heading down also in April? Yo, bro, so let's link up. Let's link up, Magulian. I'll be down there for about maybe about a month. A month. So let's link up. Hit me on email me tayloyjayson01 Aiden, what's going on, brother? So yeah, as I was saying, when it comes to these materials, you want to make sure that you are and you need to be hitting up different fertilidades, which is material places. You need to be hitting up at least no less than three, and that way you can kind of compare prices because there are some fertilidades that charge more than others. So the idea is trying to save as much money as you can, and then getting the exact price on everything. I'm talking about nails, cement, bars, windows, everything that you need for to construct your house with. You should be getting these prices on your own, because if you don't, what ends up happening is these contractors, a lot of them just can't be trusted. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. A lot of them can't be trusted. So you need to do your due diligence and making sure you do your homework so that you know exactly how much everything costs, so that when it comes time to buying your materials, you know exactly what you're paying. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just very, very important to do that. Very important. So as I said, I'm going to be doing a live, basically on the updated prices on materials, so that you guys are aware. All right. Celebrating my mother-in-law 90th birthday. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. God bless your mother-in-law, man. Yeah. A lot of us ain't even making it to 50. Word. So God bless that. That's longevity for real. And planning my church wedding with wifey for August. Okay, so you got a lot going on. All right, I get it, bro. I get it. I get it. Well, enjoy your time in DR, man. And hopefully we can catch up at some point. But yeah, so I wanted to make mention with that, making sure you guys check out the community section. You never know when things are going to be posted on there. And I'm talking about reasonable prices: 18,000 for 250 square meters, 32,000. As I said, I had a house on there for $7,000. A house made of concrete, so you really don't have to do much. And I just got so much in store for you guys, man. I was at a point where I was feeling real depressed and down, and that's because a lot of shit's been going on, and I've always been transparent with you about all of what's going on with my construction. You know what I mean? So, there will be a time, but right now it's just not the time to really talk about those kind of things. The pitfalls, I should say. But the on the upside of it, I kind of put my foot in my mouth when I was saying, previously in my videos that, building $100,000 home in DR, those times are gone, and all of those things, it's not impossible if you have the right connections when it comes to those things. You know what I mean? And, unfortunately, guys, I have had to take, and I said that on my last live where I was drunk as hell. Excuse me for those of you guys that caught that last live. I was just in a certain place, at that moment, and yeah, I was just, just in a bad place, not bad, but just going through some things. But I'm at a place now, guys, where, $100. You put it this way: if you want to build a home for less than 100 grand, it can be done. And put it this way: it can be done at an affordable price. And the proof is going to be in the pudding. It's just unfortunate that I had to go through, you know, don't Mongolian, don't be depressed. Many brothers would love to be in your shoes right now. Yeah, bro. And I don't take nothing for granted, man. I understand that, but if you only knew the pitfalls, you know what I'm saying, and just being, thanking God having His hand in all of this, things could have went total left. Yeah, yeah. I have no idea. I mean, it may look easy from what I might present, to you guys, but y'all have no idea half the shit that goes on behind scenes. I'm just gonna say that much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, now I'm in a position to where I can really help people build affordably, and not have to worry about getting hassled. Now, haggled, and it had to take four builders. It had to take me to go through four builders, but I always said to y'all that, I'm taking losses so that y'all don't have to take losses. And I have taken some hell of a losses, but you live and you learn through this process. I will tell you guys, if you are one of those people that's trying to do it the red alert way, the way I thought I could do it, and the way many other people think that they can do it, especially if you don't know the language, you don't speak the language, and you just kind of clueless to, what's really going on. Even if you are there, physically there to watch what's going on, if you're not knowledgeable about construction, anything could go wrong. You know what I mean? And these people can just do whatever the hell they want to do, and then you don't have a leg to stand on. So guys, you just got to be really, really, I mean, extremely careful. And I know, a lot of us don't want to be taken for a ride. A lot of us are just middle class that's just working a regular 9 to 5, and got a second or third job to try to make it happen. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? A lot of us is making it happen like that. So the last thing that we want to happen is to be taken for a ride. So, if you're one of those people that are saying to yourselves, oh, I'm going to hire cheap labor and I'm going to do all, guys, you just got to be really, really careful, and making sure that, you sign contracts and all of that to protect yourselves. You see what I'm saying? You have to protect yourselves at all costs, because at the end of the day, the mentality of, not gonna say all, but some Dominicans, and I'm just in island people in general. Doesn't matter whether you're Dominican, Jamaican, because I hear it all over. People that I work with who are building back home, and I know a few people from the islands that are building, and are going through the same shit, pitfalls that I have gone through, dealing with family members, to say the least. So if it's happening to them and their family members, you can only imagine what a person to do to somebody like us. So these kind of things, guys, we got to keep in mind and just be mindful of it. Yeah. Um, what's up with your right hand man over there? I forget his name. Doesn't he look out for your interest? Magullian, what's up, Jay? G Styles, what's going on, bro? Salute. What's going on to everybody in the chat? Be sure to hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Magullian, that's a whole nother story, bro. We're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna definitely talk about it. I'm throwing a little subliminals out there, and a lot of you guys who've been following me kind of know the story. Some of y'all know the short end, and some of y'all know the full. You know what I mean? And for those of you guys that want to know the full, y'all just gonna have to follow. But I definitely have a story to tell. Right now is not my story. Right now is not the time to tell it. But one thing I will say is that throughout it all, and all the bullshit, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and all of that, most of all I really wanted to do is help people. You know what I'm saying? Help people like myself, to fulfill that dream that they want, in terms of wanting to be financial free and living abroad, and and just most of all having a quality of life. You know what I'm saying? And trying to help people, I have gotten fucked over, to say the least. But as I said, when you a child of God and when your heart is in the right place, you know what I'm saying? No weapons against me shall prosper. And God has allowed, the right person to come into my life at the right given time. You know what I'm saying? And everything is timing, guys. I always say it, everything is timing. So now, I really have been able, it has enabled me to really do that. And just check out the community section. I posted just an example of how much you can build a home for. It gives you an actual home and the floor plan, and that kind of home. We're talking about a 3 bedroom, a 1.5 bath, 200 square meters. For about anywhere between 80 to 90,000. You know what I mean? It can be done, guys. It can be done. So for those of you guys who have heard it can't, and people telling you that it can't, and they don't want to build no more than 100,000, guys, that's bullshit. It can be done. All right. So just wanna fill you in there. There is hope, because at one point I'm like, damn, and, especially with me, I'm already 160 in, but and granted, I've paid a little bit more than what I was supposed to be. What I definitely paid a little bit more, but it is what it is. I've heard horror stories of people building abroad and they had nothing. They come to nothing. So I do have a house, and I'm thankful and grateful. Because at one point I'm thinking it's gonna take me about, a year to complete it. But nah, with this connection, it's gonna allow me to complete my shit, within, a few months or so. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just very excited and happy, you know what I mean? And most of all relieved, because it's been a journey for me, man. It's been a 3-year journey, of hard work, you know what I mean? Like, and sacrificing. Y'all have no idea. I've been transparent with y'all from the gate, and a lot of y'all see the transparency, man. It is what it is. What you see is what you get. And I put this. I'm transparent only because I want y'all to see, especially for those of y'all that's trying to do this shit. Yeah, you want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And anybody that's trying to make it seem like it's easy, man, that shit ain't easy if you don't have the right connections, the right tools, and the right people that really got your back. You know? Yeah. Navarez Jers, what's going on? Yeah, man. So, now, as I said, and I even downsized too, guys. Y'all will see that I got another apartment. The initial apartment I had was up in San Marcos. It was a 2 bedroom. I mean, it's a nice apartment. You guys have seen it. You guys have seen it. But I said I found something a little bit more spacious. Yeah, it's less, 1 bedroom less, but I look at it like this. I'm only going to be there a couple of months out of the year. So, if I can save an extra $50 a month, then so be it, So I'm actually paying, instead of me paying 15,000 pesos, which is now like $249, now I'm paying 12,000 pesos for this apartment. So it's like 195 a month that I'm paying for this apartment. You know what I mean? And I found this apartment through actually my new builder, my new builder, in which y'all get an opportunity to meet him. And yeah, only because once I'm done with my house, guys, I always said, and I've always said this, I'm like, yo, fuck it. If nobody's gonna buy up there with me, I had my friend that was gonna buy up there. Me and him had a falling out. That's a whole nother story. So I'm just like, you know what? While the land is still affordable, I'm gonna buy all of what I can buy up there. And what I planned on doing is starting with the little plot next to me. And my current builder, guys, even if y'all are looking to build tiny homes, it can be done. Check out the community section of the next project that I'm going to do up there in the mountains. You know, land, and I tell y'all this: when it comes to land, no matter where it is, land is land. Whether when people tell you it's not desirable, make that shit desirable. There have been places here in Brooklyn where I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it, where people of other races and cultures would not move in. And now they done moved into the hood and gentrified it. So sometimes it might have to take you to be that person in order to start the gentrification. You know what I mean? But now that, I'm at the tail end with this project, it will enable me to make more investments. So I said to myself, okay, you know what? The little small plot that I got next to me, when I showed my new builder the kind of project that I want to do, and you guys make sure you check it out in the community section, guys. Be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe for you guys who are just coming in. Um, I'm going to be able to build a tiny home for $20,000. So we are working together to build affordably for people who are looking to build that way. So, and there's not a lot. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these contractors, guys, don't like building small projects only because they're not making any money. They're not making any money. When they're building small, they don't make any money doing small projects. But you see, the kind of builder that I got on my team, he's young, he's a professional, and he's eager. You know what I mean? So he's willing to do small projects in order to gain the clientele. And my project is going to be the first tiny home project that they're going to do you know so I'm excited about that. And I because a lot of you guys ask me, when do I plan on moving down to Dominican Republic. I did give myself a 2-year span, but now I had to think about it. And these are the kind of things that you guys should be thinking about too, in terms of your investments, especially when you getting, you 40 and older. I'm 45 years old now. I'm not a spring chicken. I really had to think about it. Okay, what else am I going to do to be able to generate income? So I figured, you know what? If it's going to cost me $20,000 to build a tiny home up there in the mountains next to my home, I'm going to build that $20,000 home and I'm going to flip it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy more land up there and build another tiny home and build until I monopolize and have an oasis up there. That's pretty much my plan. Up there for those of you guys who haven't seen it, because it needed a lot of work up there. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to shit you. Um, some people would be like, nah, I'm not doing it. I've had viewers who have come up there and seen where my spot is, who loved it. A lot of the brothers love it. The only problem is the road up there is kind of fucked up. Excuse my French. But now I got the builder that's gonna fix all of that, and he's giving me a great price on. Y'all have no idea. Like, this is music to my ears. Just when I thought it was gonna take me maybe a year and a half to get this shit done. I'm plugged and connected with the right people to get it done faster than I really expected it. So I just want to share that with you guys. McGullen, you so correct. I worked in Crown Heights back in the day. Now it's untouchable. Big bucks. Exactly. Big bucks. But Bedford Stuyvesant. I'm talking about any. If you know, people that are from New York. Parts of New York that were never desirable, where people are, people from other nations and ethnicities are moving in and just buying up property and real estate. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I will tell you this, guys. Over where I'm at, because now I don't have the phone. I don't have the iPhone 16, in which I'm getting before I fly down to DR. But my boy that got one, because he was in DR. My coworker Flex Mundo. Shout out to Flex Mundo. He was in Sosua just recently, and he thought that my property was in Sosua. So he was like, Jay, I thought your property was in Sosua. I said, nah, it's in Puerto Plata near Ocean World. So he was trying to figure it out, like where it was on the map, showing him where it was. And guys, I can actually zoom in and see my house on the map. I could actually see it on the map. And how I know it was my house is because where the pool area is, there's no roof on that. And you can see the whole, like the inside of the pool area on Google Maps. So I'm like, wow, my shit is on the map now, But but to get to what I was saying, looking on the map, I actually see them making a road in the back of my, because in the back of me is a lot of mountains and valleys and shit back there. So what they're doing, they're about to start making communities back up in there. So I'm just glad that I started when I started, because you can see them making the road on the map, and I'm like, yo, what? You can see it. So I mean, I'm guessing that's what they're going to be doing. You know what I mean? Only because Puerto Plata is growing at a rapid pace, man. You got a lot of foreigners like us, and foreigners with big money that's pricing, the small guys like us out. And this is why I tell y'all, the time is now, whether you can afford, well, even if you can't afford to build in a desirable area where, it's a hot spot, guys, pick something, find something, and make it happen wherever you at. Hell, if you got to travel an hour to get to the hot spot, you always have that option to whereas you can rent out an Airbnb for the weekend and just chill out, and then go back to your oasis after you're done, turning up and living the fucking Viva Loca. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make it happen some way, somehow. Especially, while before inflation starts, because you guys already know what's going on in the United States with Trump, and he's talking about inflation, so don't think it's not going to affect, could affect us worldwide, so anything that you can do now in terms of making investments in DR, I highly suggest you guys do it now. you know yeah. Robert Rogers, who is your builder? um he's Dominican, he's young, he graduated at 24, he's now 29 years old, talented. um you know uh I really want to tell this story about the house, guys, but I'm just going to say I found him at the right time, at the right time, and I'm just glad that I got the money to do what I have, what I'm able to do. Otherwise I'd be up shit's creek right now. But as I said, guys, that's a whole nother story, man. It really is. It's 20 of you guys in here. Be sure to hit the like, hit the share, and hit the subscribe. Robert Rogers, did you say you are in San Marcos? I was living in West Florida. No, I'm not. My apartment is in San Marcos. I have a 2-bedroom apartment that I'm renting in San Marcos right now for 250 USD. But as of April, well, the first week, my rent is due, and that's another thing, guys. Just so anything that you do in DR, I always just say it's best you get a lawyer and have your lawyer handle everything for you. It saves you a peace of mind, no matter what it is that you do when it comes to business. Even down to renting an apartment. You can always use your lawyer as a guarantee. But yeah, so I'm moving out of San Marcos only because where my new apartment is, it's more in town. It's granted it's in a Dominican neighborhood, but let me tell you guys, for those of you guys who don't know and don't really know about DR and is just doing your homework, for those of you guys, I mean, it's really not, it's nothing wrong with living in a Dominican neighborhood, and it really is safe, especially in Puerto Plata. I always tell you guys, keep a low profile, don't draw too much attention on yourself, and you'll be fine. High and by goes a long way, and that's that. You know what I mean? And then once you start to meet people in your community, I know me. I give a little something here and there, not, you know what I mean? Not to the point where they're expecting or anything like that, but you want to set you want to set a foundation, and make set a foundation for yourself and whatever community you decide to move into. You know what I'm saying? Is very important. But yeah, I my lawyer's taking care of all of that with my new apartment that I'll be moving into. And it's unfortunate that I'm gonna lose my deposit, but it is what it is. Just so you guys know, if you're looking to rent an apartment in Puerto Plata, wherever you're renting, you know, make sure that you fully understand what it entails in the lease. I already knew that if I was going to break my lease, I was going to lose my deposit, but it's all good. It's all good because I'm saving $50 a month. You know what I mean? So there goes my deposit right there. There goes my savings in terms of the deposit. I don't. The main reason why I moved. I mean, I moved for a lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons is because the apartment that I'm going to be moving into is pretty much closer to the beach. It's closer into the central city of Puerto Plata, you know. So that's pretty much why I did that. And then you guys will see the apartment once I move in. Let me see. Somebody left a message uh, retracted. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at, guys. Y'all stay tuned for a lot more content, especially reasonable land. I'm not gonna be posting a lot of videos between now and by the time I leave to Dominican Republic, but check out the community section, because you never know what I might post in there. And as I said, if y'all looking at that house for $7,000, one of my viewers done bought it up. They're in the contract. They're doing the contract on Monday. So that $7,000 home. If I had it, guys, I would. And that's another thing. Some people say San Marcos is bad. Listen, there's good and bad parts all over DR. San Marcos has its good parts, and San Marcos has its bad parts. Just like here in Brooklyn, Brooklyn's got its good parts. Brooklyn's got its bad parts. You know what I'm saying? What's the most meters I can get from your area for 10,000? Okay, Ovi Gaga. Um, I don't have anything for 10. The cheapest that I got right now is 18,000, and that is like 200 and something meters. But listen, if you can always negotiate that, and I always tell you guys, listen. Sometimes a lot of these owners are eager, um, they're eager to sell. You have a better chance of negotiating with an owner who has a smaller lot opposed to an owner that's got a whole lot of land that can care less about your couple of $1,000 because they know people are going to be buying into it. You know what I mean? But if you got somebody that's selling like 300 square meters, you could easily negotiate that, and then your 10,000. Let's say you got 10,000. You make out a payment plan with the with the owner. You kind of have leverage on how you want to do things, especially if the owner is motivated to sell. Yeah. How much is a square meters next to your crib? You know what, Magulian? I haven't measured it out yet. It's not a big plot. It's not a big plot, but I tell you what, it's big enough to do a tiny house. And the idea that I came up with for the design, because I'm already thinking about how I'm planning on doing this structure. And if you guys want to see it, as I said, you can check it out in the community section. It's going to be where you can drive the car under the house, and then you'll have a stairs where you walk up to the house. To maximize the space. To maximize the space. Yeah. Ov Gaga, I'm going back the first week of April. So we're talking about 3 weeks from now. Today's the today's what? The ninth? We're talking about 3 weeks from now. I'll be going back, so I really aim I really, really aim to find affordable prices for you guys, man. I really do. Only because I know everybody can't afford, 20,000. You know what I mean? 15. Everybody can't afford that, and I get it. And if you can't, just keep saving your money, man. Keep saving your money. And I always say there's something out there for everybody. It might not be where you want it to be. I need to see. I'm going with you. I need to see this. What is it that you want to see, Ovi Gaga? What is it you need to see, man? Let me know. And if you want, reach out to me via email, taylorjayson taylor@gmail.com. All right, well, bet. We meet up. I'll be there for a month. And then I can show you what I got. My current builder, he's the one that's find all this land for me, because I already told him, this is what I'm looking for. Reasonable prices, reasonable prices is what I told him. And he's been finding them. And that's the advice that I should give you guys. I'm going to give you, if you are looking for land for a reasonable price, you got to talk to these locals, man. Get out there and talk to these locals. You might have to buy them a beer and have a little conversation, but they're the ones that really know where you can find, desirable land for a reasonable price. And then once you see something you like, you get yourself a lawyer and to protect yourself. And I have to be clear on this, guys. I gotta be clear, because I have had viewers who have done it. Okay? And this is something that you never, ever want to do. You never want to buy land from somebody and use their lawyer, ever. That is an absolute no, 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 no. You make sure you have your own lawyer. Never use their lawyer, guys, ever. If you don't remember anything else, remember that. Never use their lawyer. All right? What was the size of the lot that 7,000 home was on? It was a small lot. I think it was like 150 square meters. Enough to buy. Listen. If it's, and I tell you guys this, for those of you guys who are, as we get older, my saying is, less is more. You know, if you're in your 50s and you're in your 60s and you're looking to build, do you really need a two-story? You know, you want something as low maintenance as possible, especially if you're looking to occupy it. Now, if you're looking to make an investment, that's something different. Something different. You don't really need a whole lot, you know what I mean, to live on in DR. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a single person with no kids, or it's just you and your girl. I always say two, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath is sufficient enough for a person like that. It really is. How much more do you fucking want? You know what I mean? Yeah. How much more do you want? And then, If you decide that you want to build up later on, we can always make the foundation strong enough so that when you're ready to build up, you can do that. And you know what? Now that I got you guys on, cause I want to give you guys some numbers too on my crib, what it's gonna cost me, cause this is what my current builder has given me the price on. For those of you guys who want to know and should know, um, let me see. I agree. Downsizing is where it's at now in my 50s. Exactly, man. I'm gonna do the tiny house movement up there where I'm at. I give myself. It'll take. I already calculated the way I'm working now. It'll take me a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe even less than that. The way business is picking up with my window cleaning business that I just started. Um, it could take me maybe about a year to build this tiny home that I want to build once I'm done with this house. You know what I mean? And once I build that home, if I'm gonna build it for 20, I figure I can sell it for like 60, 65. Because shit, that's a steal, guys. That's a steal in comparison. Because I plan on building like a 68 meter square meter tiny home, and that's a decent size. Shit, 68 square meter tiny apartments are going for 130, 140. I'm not trying to kill nobody. I'm just trying to make enough money to where I can buy another piece of land and flip it again and make another tiny home. You know what I mean? Because that's good. That's pretty much how I'm gonna be able to sustain myself in DR. Now, especially now that I got the builder that I have to do it. Oh man, oh man, you know, I'm like, why buy land for me anyway? Why buy land in somewhere else where I got a shitload of it up there where I got it, and I can buy it at a reasonable price. Yeah, especially once they put the road up there. And okay, so now we're gonna talk about numbers. Um, and this is why I tell you guys, you have to shop around. You got to shop around. So as you guys know, I'm at the phase of getting the roof on. Getting the roof on my home. So now I've gotten 3 quotes so far. Okay. The first quote I got, guys, was, and this is what where the red flags started going up, and I'm just like, you know what? It's time for me to look somewhere else, because I got a friend that's building a home in Haiti, and he told me that's just too much. And I already felt like it was too much. So the first price that they quoted me was $11,000, right? Go figure, $11 fucking thousand to do a concrete roof, Yeah, 11,000, right? So I was like, no, I'm not paying that, and I'm not doing that, because I know I can get it cheaper. I mean, you're going to pay that kind of money if you're doing a roof that's, has designs and ovals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no, if anybody's telling you that that's how much a roof costs, they're lying to you. All right. So let's stay there. So now I got the second quote. The second quote was 6,000 to complete the roof. $6,000. Now the third quote with my current builder, and he's giving me a deal. He's giving me a deal because we're gonna be working together pretty much. And I already told him. I said, once you're finishing up, okay, I put it to you this way. He quoted me. He told me to finish up my house, because I got a quote for that too from 2 different builders. And you got to factor in all of this, guys, all of this. I hope you guys are listening in. Now the first builder quoted me to finish up my whole house. I got a quote on that from him, and I got a quote on my second builder. And I'm going to teach you guys, are going to be like, why is it a big jump in the price? So he told me to do all what he needed to do to my house. To finish it off, I'm looking at 52,000, right? To finish everything, top to bottom, 52,000. Mind you, I'm already 160,000 in, right? I'm already 160 in. Paid more than what I was supposed to, but yeah. This is why you guys ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that 160. I done sacrificed a lot for you guys. Y'all have no fucking idea. So now, the current builder that I'm using, he quoted me for the roof $5,000. He told me he'll do it for 5, right? So he's only 1,000 off from the other reputable builder. They're both reputable. I will say they're both reputable, very reputable. The Haitian builder, He's legal to be in the United States. I mean, in the DR. He's got his documents, worked for the government for over 20 years. I've been seen his work. He came highly recommended. He charged me 52,000, and I understand why. He lives all the way in Sosua. For him to get to my house, that's a 45-minute ride every day back and forth. He's got to hire a crew to bring and transport back and forth every day. So that's why, he went up, 52,000. I get it. I understand it. My current builder now, he told me to do the roof, right? And the pañete, which is the smoothing out, the finishing for the top. He told me that's gonna, and then he's got to do some other stuff. And I don't even want to go into that because y'all have no idea. That's where I don't want to go. I'm gonna talk about that, but not right now. But he's got to do some other stuff that is needed. Is needed, and it's a good price. Otherwise, if he didn't have to do that, I'd be spending less money. But to do that and to do the roof and the finishing, it would have been $5,000. But he's got to do some other stuff, so it's gonna cost me $11,000 to do that, right? So he told me, he said, to complete your house top to bottom, and this is without the finishings. I'm talking about the toilet, the tiles, and all of that. I'm looking at 20,000, to do that. You know what I mean? He said you pick out your own finishings and stuff like that. So I'm looking at pretty much 20,000, to do all of that. And then also, it's going to cost me $5,000 to do the road from my house all the way, because it's dirt. It's a dirt road. It's been raining. I didn't had that road excavated twice. I'm like, shit, the money that, at every time I'm renting an excavator to have them smoothing out the road, and that I'm just wasting money, because once it rains again, it leaves deep pockets over time in the road, and it's hard for them to deliver the materials up there and shit like that. So I'm just like, you know what? He's told me he's got connections with the machinery and all of that stuff. He said that can be done for 5,000. So that's pretty much, guys, what I plan on doing when I get down there. Next month, I'm gonna be doing the road, the roof, and the finishing of the pañete. Now, I do got some, I might have some extra money, and I'll determine what I should do at that point when I get down there, because I'll have the time to figure it out. But most of all, when I'm down there, I'm going to be doing a vlog, and I'm going to be introducing you guys to my new builder. I think you guys, will benefit from seeing who he is and meeting him, and not just that, seeing what he's doing, because I'm down there for 30 days, but majority of my time is gonna be on my property, sitting on a white chair, watching they do everything step by step, because this is the first time, throughout the 3 years of me doing this, guys, I have never really been there physically to see my project. You know what I mean? Somebody else has been handling it. So, it's gonna give me an opportunity to see things done step by step. And I'm gonna be taking footage step by step of everything, so that you guys can see, what's going on. I think, I'm one of those people. I'm a visual type of guy, and me visually seeing everything, it just gives me that security. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. So yeah, you guys will definitely be seeing all of that. So definitely stay tuned for more, man. And any of you guys are gonna be out there in April for the month of April, yo, reach out to me, TAYLORJAYSON 01@gmail.com. And yo, let's hook up, let's have drinks, let's vibe, yeah, definitely, for sure. For sure. I agree, downsizing 150 meters is, 152 meters is like 1,642 square feet. My home is a big house, man. It's a huge house. It's not as big than I expected it. And even my current builder, he's like, you got a big house. He said your house, how he described it, he says you have a good big house. So he has to do some things to reinforce it, because it wasn't reinforced, the proper way. And that's something I got a story to tell, guys. I got a story to tell. I keep telling y'all that. But, in due time, I will tell it. But I guess, all of what I'm telling you guys, I hope is informative. And, I hope that you guys, just be aware of how you move in Dominican Republic and who you put your trust in, and, who you spending your money with in Dominican Republic. You know what I mean? You always want to have a lawyer to protect yourself if in case something happens. It's very, very important. And I will explain that to you guys at a later date. I will. It's 20 of you guys in the room. Be sure to hit the like, guys. Come on, it's 20 of y'all. It's 21 of you guys in this room. I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like, man. It costs y'all nothing to hit the like, especially when you got a genuine brother out here that's providing y'all with information that's costing you nothing at all. I got with bro racks and got my home done, no issue. That's what's up, bro. And shout out to Bo Rakes. That's another solid dude, man. Solid dude. I always say he's a reflection of me. Cool, cool vibes, laid back dude. About his shit, man. I respect that dude, and he's definitely reached out and supported the channel. So shout out to Bo Rakes, man. Shout out to him. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, and that's what it is, man. Each one teach one. This is what we all here for. Being able to help each other navigate through this. You know, everything ain't always gonna be peaches and cream, and I'm always transparent about telling y'all about the good and the bad. You know what I mean? Nah, this shit wasn't an easy process, and for a lot of us, it wasn't. Even Bo Rakes had an issue with, his builder, and he was transparent about that shit. With the whole pool situation, having to take his builder to court, and all of that. You know what I mean? So, we put this information out there so that you guys are aware. You know what I mean? That way you know how to navigate yourselves in Dominican Republic. You know? Yeah. It's very, very important. And I always say, for people that are introverts, that don't like talking, that don't, when you're moving into a country that you don't know nobody, the idea is to get yourself familiarized, with people of your peers, other expats who have been living out there, who can show you the ropes and show you the ins and outs of what to do and what not to do. Staying proactive in these Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups. I'm connected with a lot of brothers and sisters in these WhatsApp groups and stuff. Oh yeah, it's a lot of us that are well connected. If in case something happens, you want to be able to have somebody to go to and call, to help you navigate whatever it is that you need help navigating with. Yeah. So that's what it is, guys. I'm 48 and 9 minutes in, 9 seconds in. I appreciate all the love and support always, guys. You guys have always been supportive of the channel, man. And this is one of the reasons why I keep doing it. I've always been that brother to just help, man, to be able to help somebody else pursue, their dreams. And I always say it. I've got my inspiration from Red Alert, on YouTube, that brother, and he's the one that, pushed me to get to where I'm at. And look, you know, I started watching him in 2016. 8 years later, look at where I'm at, watching the next brother, pursue his dreams. And 8 years later, I'm doing the same thing on account of that brother. So I got to give that brother his flowers. You know what I'm saying? And there's been many brothers after him, like me, and I'm here to give you guys that motivation and that boost of encouragement and that interchange of encouragement to tell you guys that y'all can do it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can do it. Shit ain't easy, but guys, I'm living proof. Only God knows. I'm living proof to this shit, man. I'm not rich. I say it all the time. I'm working 3 jobs and running the YouTube channel to make this shit happen. And I ain't even get my first check through YouTube. I've been doing this shit for 3 years, guys, and haven't got paid through YouTube yet. But it's all right. I always say, everything is in time. Everything in time, man. So I'm just waiting on God's, divine plan for me, and his purpose for me. And I'm just trying to align with God's purpose, man. That's what it is, you know. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody that's supported the live. Shout out to Magulian, one of my day ones, man. OV Gaga, I appreciate you. Robert Rogers, Nueva Jers, Jose, salute. G Styles, another one of my day ones. Aiden, I appreciate all the love and support, man. And I said it my last live. I'm not gonna tell y'all if I'm gonna make another one between now and the time I get to DR. But if I do, I'll see y'all in. And if I don't, I'll see y'all in the yard. Until then, y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. Peace and love. And God be with you all. Thanks again, guys. Until then, y'all take care.